A few minutes ago, it sounded like the 4th of July on the National Mall as the hometown Redskins were introduced to this sold-out crowd. They are set to go as their guys will match up with the Kansas City Chiefs.
Dustin Hopkins set to kick off.
Dustin Hopkins has it on the tee, and here we go from our nation's capital. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Yellow. Archulani.
53.
15.
Let's go, D. Tighten up.
Seam 6. Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
We don't want this.
Mahomes now on 1st down. And the Redskins do get to him. He goes down for a sack. Montez Sweat just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
2nd down.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Mahomes going to throw. It's complete to Robinson. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Mike. All day, baby, all day. Hero 15.
Shit.
43.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Okay, look at this. The punt team nowhere to be found. They're on the sidelines.
Go.
Offense going to go for this on the opening drive.
Watch the ship.
Motion.
Here we go, 4th down, Mahomes. Now this is incomplete. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And the Redskins will take control of the football in great field position.
Here goes the high. Right 20.
Check the outs.
Now the first carry for Adrian Peterson. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the Chiefs' 28-yard line.
Play action. Now it's Keenum. Throw left side complete. It's Cunningham. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
Shift. Mike's 50.
Off play action. Keenum.
Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together.
And this is taken in for a Redskins touchdown. Vernon Davis there to make the grab. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
Dustin Hopkins on now to add the extra point. It's good, and the Redskins take a 7-0 lead.
Makes the score Redskins 7, Chiefs 0. Dustin Hopkins to kick off for Washington.
Following the touchdown. Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Chiefs take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Check the tight. Check tight.
Here's Mahomes to throw. This for his running back, McCoy. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
Let him know, let him know. Let him know, let him know.
Mahomes now on first down. That one complete to Hill. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. Tyreek Hill made his return in Week 6 after being out since the opener, and he was good. His 9th game with 2 or more touchdowns since he came into the league back in 2016. During that span, by the way, 18 touchdowns of 40-plus yards. That's more than double the next best total. Now Mahomes' throw complete to his tight end, Kelsey. And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Mike 53.
Don't get nervous.
And again, it's Mahomes. He finds McCoy. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
2nd down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining.
All day. I'm coming after you. Coming after you.
53's the Mike. 53. Check 53. Stop your whining.
Attack, attack.
Slams.
Hey, color.
6 guys.
Mahomes to throw once more. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
53's Mike.
Mahomes going to go on 4th down. Complete. The tight end, Kelsey. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. Andy Reid went for it, but it won't pan out. And the Redskins defense going to take over on the turnover on downs. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. Now, they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
The interim head coach Bill Callahan really wants to run the football and do so with Adrian Peterson, so he figures to be a big beneficiary. And he had a strong game in Miami Week 6, the first game that Bill Callahan was the interim head coach. 118 yards on 23 carries. And remember, this is a guy in AP who at 34 years old was a healthy scratch in Week 1. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 17 yards that time and a Washington first. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Cunningham. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. They'll run with Peterson. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be second and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
Here's Hopkins now for the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0.
Makes the score Redskins 14, Chiefs nothing. Dustin Hopkins set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board.
Check 52.
General, West.
Hey, watch the edge, watch the edge.
No. Off.
15.
Watch edge.
Attack.
Sponge. No.
On first and 10, here's Mahomes. He's going to loft it deep right sideline. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Throwing again on second and 10. Mahomes. And he will score. Touchdown, Washington.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick six. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. Hopkins with the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0.
21. Chiefs, nothing. Dustin Hopkins to kick off for Washington.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Yellow.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
53's Mike. Switch out, switch out. Motion, motion.
Yellow.
Kill, kill, kill.
Let's get it. Let's go.
Final shot before the half from Mahomes. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've reached halftime here in D.C. in our nation's capital with a home team, the Redskins, on top. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Redskins in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spend the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. They run again with Peterson. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 11 yards there, first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now Keenum. Here's a screen to Powell. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on first down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're either throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
Going up top. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Washington. Paul Richardson, 56 yards. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. Now it's Hopkins to add the extra point. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now.
Makes the score Redskins 28, Chiefs nothing. Dustin Hopkins set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
The Chiefs take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve.
First down, Kansas City.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for first and 10. This is McCoy. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It'll go as a gain of 10 and a Kansas City first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They stay on the ground. This time it's Williams. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Give him a couple on the carry there, second and 8.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
The last run good for 2. Here's second and 8.
Watch the slant. Watch the slant.
Slam, slam.
Hey, 43, 43, 15.
Now here's Mahomes. Open man is Hill. He's got it. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 42 yards. And the Chiefs are able to cut into this lead.
Everybody likes to see the long ball thrown, but when you throw it underneath and you see someone catch the ball, secure it, make their moves, and then turn it into bigger plays, that's a lot of fun to watch as well.
Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. He's got it to bring it back to 28-7 now.
Makes the score Redskins 28, Chiefs 7. Harrison Butker set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Now another timeout called for by the offense. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this fourth quarter. Back now at FedEx Field. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And they move this all the way down to the 9. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Now it's AP, Adrian Peterson. Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8. Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. Throwing is Keenum, and they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
Keenum. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Jeremy Sprinkle there to make the grab. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. No surprise there, 3rd and goal down here. That's where they're going to look for their tight end.
Yeah, you want that big guy running his routes because it doesn't matter who they cover him with. If it's another big guy, he might use his bulk against him. If it's a shorter defender, might go over the top. Either way, you tend to find a little bit of a mismatch in that area.
Extra point good by Hopkins. And that'll increase their lead to 28. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22.
53's the mic.
Mahomes now to throw. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Quentin Dunbar right there on the coverage. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Keep it up, guys.
They'll run it with McCoy. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Give him 8 yards on the carry, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
It's a gain of 8, but it brings up 4th down.
They'll go with McCoy. LaShawn McCoy off to the races. 20. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. LaShawn McCoy, 69 yards. And the Chiefs are able to draw a bit closer. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2.
Odd. 3 down. Odd.
So that'll back them up 5. Butker now to add the extra point. It's good, and it's now 35-14.
Makes the score Redskins 35, Chiefs 14. Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play, and that's how they got it done.
Yeah, they got it for a touchdown last drive. Let's see what happens here. So it's Redskin football here as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. Give them a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
Juan Thornhill on the tackle.
They'll run it. Here's Peterson. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the 3rd down play. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Keenum wants to throw it. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield. Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. On play action, it's Keenum. Throw left side complete. That's Cunningham. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the fourth. Off the play fake, Keenum. And it's intercepted at the goal line. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And he'll take it across midfield to the 46-yard line.
Don't throw this way.
Over first and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Yellow. Let's go, blue lady.
Mike. Hey, I'm coming.
Fight on these two.
Check. 50.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. He can't avoid the pressure. Redskins get there. Now we'll get whistles, and they've signaled for a timeout. Not sure I see the logic in this, but we'll get a stoppage anyway with 5 seconds remaining. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17.
I'm on. Hey,
Yellow.
watch 24.
Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping. Deuce.
15, yellow.
53.
One final try for Mahomes. He's going to let it fly. And this is going to be intercepted. Monte Nicholson picks it, and that will write a finish to this ball game. So a victory here for the Washington Redskins. And when you break it down, this was just a thoroughly dominating performance.
And I truly thought that we'd have a tight game coming into this one. I think you felt the same way based on our conversation after the production meeting, but obviously not the case. And how about just how it broke open? You just all of a sudden, whoosh, there it is. This thing is pretty much done. And the crowd stayed with it to celebrate because they're like, let's enjoy watching our team play this well. This is fun.